Good afternoon. Thanks for watching this episode of Driving with Steven. Today I'm actually parked outside of one of the rehab properties I just purchased. And I decided I wanted to tell you about this house a little bit because this is absolutely the most difficult purchase I've ever had to make. And it shouldn't have been, but it's just the way things went. And so I wanted to tell this story just to see if you're ever in these kind of struggles, like what would you do? Would you just give up and say forget it, or would you push through and get it? So let me tell you a little about this. So my wife and I saw a property a few streets down from our personal residence. And these homes sit on 1 acre lots. It's kind of a nice neighborhood. And this home had been a rental in the past. I could tell just by looking at it. Long story short is we negotiated the price of this home down $20,000 less than their asking price. But because we rehab homes for a living, once we fix it up, it'll be worth considerably more. So just by comparison, it was about $160,000 is what I paid for it. And after I fix it up and put some money into it, it'll be worth about $235,000. So the way I do real estate is I don't ever use any of my own money to do these deals. So I reached out to some private money lenders, got the deal negotiated, got everything ready to roll. It was under contract, and we went through the process. And 2 days before I was set to close on this property originally, one of the lenders came in and said, "I'm sorry, but I can't fund this deal." And they dropped out. And so with 2 days to go, I had no money to complete the transaction of purchasing this particular fix and flip. So I wanted to ask you, if you had 2 days before you needed to come up with $160,000, would you just say, screw it, and I'm done? Or would you fight to win? And I've learned in my life that if you bring the value, the money will follow. I knew that I had a $160,000 home worth $235,000. So I knew that the value was there. So I went to work, started reaching out, and I ended up finding a lender that says, you know what, this looks like a good deal. We will fund it. We'll just need to work with the seller a little bit to see if we can extend your closing another week. So I was like, great, let's do it. Started filing all the paperwork. Everything looked good. We got things, the closing date moved out that little bit, and kept pushing forward. Well, we get close to that closing date, and I still don't see any papers that I need to be filling out as a business owner to show that I'm purchasing this deal. So I started inquiring, figuring things out, and they said, the new lender says we need to have an appraisal done on this house. And they didn't tell me that in the beginning. So I had to work really hard. Like 30 appraisers later, we find somebody that if I pay them some extra cash, I can get them to do the appraisal quickly and move forward. So that was the next hurdle. So we scheduled to have the appraiser come out. The appraiser does come when he says, tells us that through the weekend he would work on the appraisal, and that the following Monday it would be ready to roll. Monday comes and goes, no appraisal. So I start working on that. And once we get the appraisal done, figure out where it's at, keep in mind I paid an extra lot of money to make sure this appraisal got done so that we could close on time. We were supposed to close on Tuesday. Well, we get the appraisal on Tuesday. We talk to my lender, the new lender who's come in to help, and find out that now not only have we got the appraisal, that's good, but now we've got to actually fill out all the paperwork in order to get the lender to fund the loan. So I'm now at my closing date, and I still have no way to buy this house. So we talk with the seller. They are very upset about it, of course, and you can imagine, and work out a deal where I would pay them so much per day to, if they would allow us to just keep working on this closing rather than cancel the sale altogether. And so we continue that process, and it takes another 12 days of back and forth for me to get this deal. And the long and the short is that now that I have it, I've got potential to make a profit. I had to spend some extra money to get there, making sure that everything got done appropriately. But was it worth it? Absolutely. I'm excited to work on this house. What's kind of neat for me is it's in my neighborhood, so I get to keep an eye on it a little bit better as I bring contractors in to work on this property. But I mainly wanted to point out to you and let you understand that when life gets hard, you have two options. You can either fall apart and quit, or you can push through it and get through to the win. and things aren't going to be easy. Real estate is a tricky business as it is. I think it takes a lot of education to understand what you're doing, but that doesn't mean you have to know everything, but you do have to have determination. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview. I'm grateful for anybody watching this video that was a part of the process of helping me get this home, from the lenders to the realtors to everybody else. Thank you for making this come about. I'm excited to work on this deal, and we will definitely be showing the before and afters of this home as we get it renovated. So keep an eye out for that on the channel as well. But keep, just don't give up. That's the thing. If you want something in life, work for it. Find a way to get there. Don't live the mundane. It's not worth it. But work through your struggles and get there. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me. We'll see you on the next one.